like putting people in jail all the time doesn't help.
Just thinking about money. That's it. That's our problem. Everybody's thinking about money.
It does always come back to money, because that's why they want all these people in jail, is because they're all making money off of it.
Everybody's making money off of it.
It doesn't have to be a for-profit prison either. Look at our state-ran prisons. It's all about making money.
Everything's based off money.
Oh, comes down.
Everything at the end of the day, and my thing is like I'm trying to
make
have
and the have-nots. My mom used to say.
At the end of the day, I'm trying to make people comfortable. That's what I'm trying to do. That's my goal for everybody, is to make them comfortable, not struggling, not figuring out what's their next meal, their next, how they're gonna pay this rent. How are we gonna live comfortably? How are we going to get there?
Basic needs.
Exactly. Why are our basic needs not met?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't know if you've ever. I love Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but where he talks about you have to have these baseline needs met: security, food, housing, all these things before you can reach what he calls self-actualization at the top.
Right.
So before you can have a friend group and get a relationship and have children and have a successful career, whatever it is that it builds to your actuality, it starts with your basic needs being met. And if you don't have those things, it's really hard to get any higher in the chain.
Because nobody wants to see nobody win.
I don't understand it.
Nobody wants to see nobody win. I don't understand that. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody eat. Even if it's not at my table, I still want to see you eat.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling people with this, with the DeAndre Hill police shooting in Wichita, is that I'm not going to argue with them about his character anymore and who he was, because they don't know, and I do know, and I'll tell you right now, his family knows. Mm-hmm. And so I just say something like, I'm not going to waste my time. I have a very professional thing I copy and I paste into there. I've had to say this so many times to people because they say such horrible things. And I just say, I don't have time to deal with somebody that's this far gone, that just immediately believes what police say, especially in their own police shooting. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you need to be like, police, but you need to step back and take a second. And so I post it, and I'm just like, but I'll let you know that if the Wichita Police Department ever do this to you or someone you love, I will fight for you just as hard, no matter what you post on foot.
Well, one thing I can say about the police force, and I feel like it's just with everybody. This is why I'm so strong on everybody knowing their rights. Because if you know your rights, they would not be messing with you.
Well,
they would not know.
Not in this situation with DeAndre.
But I don't know too much about DeAndre's situation, so I can't say that. But I've been telling, especially colored folks, know your rights. Know your rights. That is the most important thing. If you don't know anything, know your rights.
I taught my kids, and they're white kids, from a very young age to not necessarily not trust the police, but to have.
You're supposed to trust the police.
I just want everybody to have a little bit of level of skepticism too, right? Because they are still human.
Right.
There is a lot of corruption within police forces, and we know that they're not
true.
all bad. But I think that the point I thought about the other day is that people that support the police, that do believe that they are more good than bad, right? Mm-hmm. Is that then they should be upset about this too, because when they do something like this, that is so, I know you haven't looked into it, but that a lot of people feel is so obviously not what they should have done. It was bad and it shouldn't have happened, right? Mm-hmm. Whether I don't think there was any anger or racism. I think it was just they didn't follow their training and they made wrong choices, and so they get upset,
right.
And they want they just want some things to change, and it's making the whole police department look bad, and you'd think they would want to.
My thing is like I said, every police department is different, and I know a little bit when it comes to the police department because my brother, I don't know if anybody has seen my TikToks or my Facebook and stuff like that, but I've been doing my own investigation when it comes to my brother Malcolm Hornet. He ended up getting, murdered and stuff like that. I've been on it and stuff like that. And I've been on, the detectives about this. This is not making sense. This is not making sense. So I'm definitely in a fight with, the police department about, getting justice for my brother and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Then you know how to fight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you can, look.
Yeah, my thing's I'm in this for
elect
everybody.
her. Look, if you've ever been in a battle with the police department over something, whether it's whatever it is,
it's
and
crazy.
you got to stay on them. You got to stick
to.
with them. You got to be bugging them. And if you got that kind of tenacity,
you have to.
If you got the kind of tenacity to try to seek justice for somebody, regardless of who killed them, in this system is a lot of work, and it takes dedication, and you can't let up, and it can be years. You got to go and push. And so,
but that's an everyday life. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep going. You cannot stop. You got to keep fighting for what you want. At the end of the day, you're gonna keep getting no. You're gonna keep getting no. You got to keep going until you get your yes. You gotta fight. You have to keep pushing. You just got to.
Yeah.
Because who's gonna do it if you don't?
Well, no, I found they're always like, we got to save ourselves. Well, yeah, it's like part of saving ourselves to me is electing the proper people.
Exactly.
I still believe in the process.
Yes, you have to put the right people in the right office. At this point, we're just putting people in office that just has money. No, put people in office.
Whoever raises the most wins.
Exactly. So like what? No, put people in office that been through the stuff that you've been through. My thing is like, you're not gonna understand. Like just for. Like me and you probably not gonna understand the things that I go through. I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
I'm a black woman.
I can try as hard as I want.
Exactly. You can try as hard as you want to, but as soon as you're in my shoes, you're gonna be like, wow. Like people tell me every day, I'm surprised you have not written a book. I'm surprised your life is not a movie. Like this is a whole movie. I'm just like, bro, you don't want my life. I'm telling you, you don't want it because it's a mess. It's crazy. It's a fight every day just to even get up.
Yeah,
it is.
But you keep getting up, and you're here doing this interview. You're trying to go to the State House.
Yes, I got a baby. This and that.
That's what we.
I'm trying to fight for people.
Just regular people. You're just one of their neighbors. You live in this district.
I see it. I see it from my own eyes. So it's like you can't tell me because I see it.
I see it.
You're not telling me anything that I don't see.
Yeah, you're part of the community. You hear what they want. You hear what they're
saying.
It's not gonna be hard for you to go fight for them because you already have.
Right, I'm part of the community.
You're part of the community.
I'm a part of it.
We need to just start sending some regular people in there that are going to fight for us, regardless of what the issue is. No,